Prince William has been fairly withering in his criticism of space tourism in an interview, saying the world's greatest minds should be focused on fixing this planet rather than further exploring space. Has he got a point, Julia?
I'm absolutely with Prince William on this one. I think he's absolutely right. The enormous amount of energy, as we heard earlier in the programme, and the enormous amount of carbon emissions associated with that it takes to get somebody into space just for a quick look at the Earth from space and to feel weightlessness. I mean, I think that's really shocking. And also the amount of money that's being spent that could be spent on helping us with the transition to net zero, or indeed helping us with the crucial restoration of nature that we need to be doing here on our planet. Stop looking at our planet from afar and start making our planet better, as Prince William has been encouraging them to.
But, Kel, don't we learn a lot about our own planet from looking at it from afar? I mean, look at what Tim Peake, our very own astronaut, said. More than 50% of climate data comes from space assets. So can't we learn about the progress that we're making as far as tackling climate change goes from space?
Yeah, I mean, there is a slight argument for that. I would agree. I think, space exploration and space tourism are two very different things. If you're going just from the tourist side of things, Julia's so right. It makes absolutely no sense and it's quite insulting, to be honest with you. The space exploration has definitely afforded us, the chance to look at research like this, and has definitely probably provided some form of technology. But I think given now where we're at a very critical point when it comes to trying to reverse the effects of climate change. And I don't think the solutions are going to be found out in space. In fact, the solutions are right here on Earth. And I think we should be putting time and energy into these now while we are at this crucial point, and maybe further down the line it can be something that can be revisited. But for now, it just doesn't seem to make much sense. And that feels like more of a distraction, to be honest with you. We're looking beyond the planet rather than looking in, as Julia also said that.
So how do you redirect those funds towards more earthbound priorities, Julia? What's your tip?
Well, I would say there are some crucial things, as Cal mentioned, to do with space. I mean, the satellite monitoring is going to be absolutely critical for us to know whether we're losing more rainforest, whether the commitments countries are making to planting new forest and woodland, whether those forests and woodlands are being maintained in healthy condition. All of those things are going to be helped by satellite technology and satellite monitoring. So there's plenty that space can do, as Tim Peake has said, to help us. So if you want to invest in space, invest in some of these things that are going to help us with the transition, with monitoring the transition, with helping to determine whether carbon offsets are actually real and are actually removing CO2 from the environment.
OK, well, it's a fascinating discussion. Kel, I'm afraid we're out of time, so we can't come back at you. I know you were worried about space junk as well, but we'll revisit that another time. Cel Spellman, thanks very much indeed, and thanks to Dame Julia King. Good to get your thoughts tonight.